The Vinicius saga will be coming to an end very, very soon. What will Vinicius Jr. actually do? Is there a possibility he leaves Real Madrid? And is there an actual possibility of Arsenal making this deal happen? Because we have finally put a final contract offer to Vinicius Jr.'s table and representatives. This is what is happening right now with Vinny Jr. and it's only up to him. So Vinny, what will you actually do? Will you accept being the prince of Real Madrid, or will you have too much of an ego and go to Arsenal to be their king? But it's still, you have to question yourself and you have to ask this. Isn't it just a massive setback for Vinicius to go from Real Madrid to Arsenal? It doesn't matter what Arsenal represents now, even though they won the Premier League. Real Madrid is still Real Madrid. And Arsenal are looking to make this deal happen with everything they have, if it's actually even a 1% possibility. Because as we can see, Arsenal's owners are now directly involved in the pursuit of Vinicius Jr. They've already held talks with the players' representatives, Rock Nation, to present our vision for the Brazilian. We're going all in to bring Vinicius Jr. to Arsenal this summer. Now, is this 100% true? I don't know, but there is, of course, many rumors about this, and Arsenal are truly, interested in bringing Vinicius to Real Madrid. Sorry, to Arsenal, of course. I mean, this deal just screams like, what is happening? What is genuinely happening? For Real Madrid, it might be the right decision though. It might be the right decision, even though this seems like absolutely crazy. From Arsenal's perspective, this is the best deal they could have gotten in decades now. Because, the money will be crazy for sure. The wages will be crazy, absolutely. But do they need a left winger? Yes. Do they have a star attacker at Arsenal? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. They have always struggled to have that, 20 to 30 goal striker or that sensational winger where Saka should have been that. And let's be honest, he was that before, but he's always so injury prone. Gyökeres is just not that type of striker. And, Leandro Trossard being a good player is not enough to be an elite winger. And Martinelli is nowhere near the level of Vinicius Jr. in the UCL or even in league format. So we have to talk about it from Arsenal's perspective, where this is a sensational signing. Now, on the other hand, Madrid, as I have said, this saga will be coming to an end. The Vinny Jr. renewal saga will finally be ending because after months of stalled negotiations, as we all know, even in January there were talks about Vinicius leaving, and then it was completely swept under the table because Mbappe got injured and Vinicius started to play a little bit better, alone, especially in the UCL. But the club has now told Vinicius, take the offer that's on the table or leave. And I completely understand, because this is like, we're playing some kids game with Vinny, but like, Vinny, if you truly wanted to stay, you would take these, offers from Real Madrid already. Because this deal is not the same. We're making a better deal. And let's be honest, guys, does Vinicius deserve a better deal for what he has done for Real Madrid? Yes. Does he deserve the better deal for the last 2 seasons? Definitely not. So it kind of balances it out, because yes, we put the table and it is better, but we are also in the right, in my opinion, to be putting him under pressure. Like, accept the deal or leave. Because there is no other option. There will be no new round of negotiations and no new offers. This is the final offer. If he accepts the offer, he renews and, is the superstar of Real Madrid alongside Jude Bellingham and Kylian Mbappe. But does he want to do that? I don't know. On the other hand, if he rejects the offer, the club will open the door to a sale now in order to stop him from leaving for free in 2027. And of course, I think this is the right decision. If he doesn't renew and we don't sell him, we are genuinely making the biggest mistakes of our life. We are missing out on 150 to 180 million. We are missing out on so much money and revenue from Vinicius if we keep him or we don't keep him. Because let's be honest, guys, the wage structure will be crazy. But if we don't renew him and we don't sell him this summer and let him go on a free, we are losing out on too much money, honestly, guys. And there is already talks about him, getting less minutes if he doesn't renew, because he would be going on a free in 2027 and he could be put on the bench. But guys, what are we doing? Seriously, there is no option where Vinicius doesn't renew with Real Madrid and isn't sold. If there is an option, the option should be off the table. It should be banned from Real Madrid. The words Real Madrid are not renewing Vinicius Jr., but he's staying to be less minutes on the pitch and to be on the bench. I don't want to hear anything like this from Real Madrid in the next few weeks. If he doesn't renew, he's sold. If he does renew, he should be starting. That's it. That's end of story. The offer is there. The offer is better than your current contract. And guys, if you could just look at his contract right now, I'm telling you guys, he's okay in life. Yeah, he's okay in life. Do I understand why he wants more? Sure, because Mbappe has this much money and Vinny has already done so much for this club. Yes, we should have negotiated this deal in 23-24 after we won the UCL, because this deal would have been much better and it would have actually been warranted for Vinny to want those, numbers on the contract because of his performances. But the last 2 years have honestly been atrocious for Vinicius since he lost the Ballon d'Or. Mbappe has joined us. The communication with Xabi Alonso, now the drama with Jude Bellingham, with Mbappe and other players at the squad. I'm just so ready to get this over with. Just sign a contract, play better, or don't sign it and leave my club. I couldn't care less, guys. Honestly, from our point of view, it's just honestly it could be a lose-lose. It could be a lose-lose, this situation. If he leaves and goes to Arsenal, he will probably be one of the best players in the Premier League and he will ball out because he will be their superstar. And I truly believe that. And Arsenal, if you make any offer and he actually goes to Arsenal and you give him this deal, you will be sensational next season. I'm telling you. There is no doubt about it. But for us, if we keep him, fair enough. We kept Vinicius Jr. What a player, right? What if it doesn't work out again in the third season and we could have sold him to Arsenal this season for around 150 to, 180 million? Guys, that is genuinely in my mind, this could be a huge lose-lose situation. I hope Vinicius works out with Mbappe. I hope he works with Diomande. I hope he works with, Carlos Espi off the bench, with Jude Bellingham like it used to work before. I hope he can maybe rotate with Diomande on the left if somebody plays on the right as well. There is hope in that, for sure. But do I believe that this guy and Mbappe and the other guys from the club will actually play good together? I honestly have no idea, because I have no evidence of them doing this. So what is Vinicius gonna do? Is he gonna go for, the safer option, I would say, which is staying at Real Madrid? And for his career, I think it's the best option for, how would you say, to play it safe. To have that legacy at Real Madrid, to stay there, maybe win a couple of trophies. But guys, imagine he goes to Arsenal, wins them the Champions League, their first Champions League. I mean, your legacy could be maybe even bigger. Because your legacy at Real Madrid is already that's that. You won us 2 Champions Leagues, you were the best player in the world in 23-24. Honestly, guys, for Vinicius Jr., this must be a really hard decision as well. But for me to decide what I actually want, because I do want Vinicius to stay. What if he stays and it doesn't work out once again? Do we then sell Mbappe? What if Jude Bellingham then decides, I'm done with this. I don't want to be here. I'm probably actually the most important player here. Nobody's even talking about me because there's always fighting with these 2 dummies in attack, where Vinicius and Mbappe just couldn't figure out who's the main man. And let's be honest, guys, if you have not figured that out yet, when Kylian Mbappe comes into a team and he isn't the main man, it's not going to work out. In the French national team, there is Olise, Dembele, everybody's there. Who's the main man? Kylian Mbappe. Does it work out on the pitch? Mostly. If they don't meet Spain, which Spain is a generational team. Let's not even talk about France was some dusty team in the World Cup. They just got absolutely outplayed by one of the best national teams of all time. Genuinely, guys. But then you just look at Vinicius in the World Cup as well. He's the main man. Does he cook? Yes. Is it just too much to ask for these 2 guys to work with each other? And it just might not be possible. I'm okay with this. But then again, we should be selling Vinicius Jr. if that's the case. Or we shouldn't have signed Kylian Mbappe, but that's not gonna, you can't go back, guys. Honestly, you cannot go back. We all know this. There's no going back. There's only going forward. And we, in present day, know so far that Kylian Mbappe and Vinicius Jr. don't. So if the offer is actually, better than we, set out to put the offer on the table before, because the offer before was actually kind of embarrassing from Real Madrid, I'm not gonna lie. And now with the offer being much better, I don't know what Vinicius is gonna do. Honestly, I think he will stay at Real Madrid. But at the end of the day, I think he should have asked for this contract way before, as I said. And I just don't know if he can play with Mbappe, honestly, guys. I'm just so over this. I'm so over this saga. And if Arsenal can make this happen, this will be one of the best transfers in Arsenal's history. But for Real Madrid, I honestly have no idea how this is going to pan out for. And that is that question of, is it actually better for Real Madrid to go ahead and sell Vinicius Jr. to Arsenal? Let me know down below your opinion on this transfer, on this contract negotiation. Should Real Madrid renew Vinicius? Should Arsenal? I'm not even going to ask that. Arsenal should sign Vinicius. Let's be honest, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I think Vini is actually going to stay at Real Madrid. But if he doesn't, we might be looking at a better future at Real Madrid. Thank you so much for watching this video once again. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.